Hi everyone, in this video you will see how we can use additional source table through source qualifier query without dragging into the designer area. So I will create one mapping here. In this mapping I will use two source tables. One source table I will drag into the mapping designer area and second source table I will add into the source qualifier query. To create a mapping, you have to go to the mapping. You can see the mappings above and click on create. So here you can give any name starting with m underscore and click on OK button. Now you can see mapping has been created. Now you have to create the flow. Here I am using employee source table, so I will drag and drop into the designer area. Second source table I am using ATR. I am creating the table here and I am inserting some records into it also. Now I am having two source tables. One is employee and second is ATR. So I am using the target table EMP. I will drag and drop here. I will create one expression transformation in between. So you can click on transformation and you can select the transformation you want and you can click on the icon also directly. So I'm creating the expression transformation EX underscore CEL. I will drag and drop these columns from source and I will map it to the target. Now I will create the workflow for this mapping. So you have to come into the workflow manager and click on workflow, create workflow, give it a name and click on OK. Now create a session for this, click on task and you have to create the task also. You can give any name starting with S underscore and click on create. And you have to select the mapping also you have already created for this workflow. Now we will link this task. Now I will save it. You have to press Ctrl+S and it will be saved. If you want to edit the task or session, just double click on the task and you can see here, go to the mapping. Here you can see source, targets and transformation used in the mapping. So I am selecting truncate target table option. It means every time when load happens, it will truncate the target table and it will insert the new records into it. Now we want the source qualifier query. So here on the left hand side you have to click on the sources and you have to select the table. Here you can see on the right hand side SQL query. So there is no SQL query, and the third option generate SQ option is also disabled. So how we can get the SQ query is, I have opened the designer. So in this mapping you have to click on the source qualifier transformation. Here you can see the option SQ query. So you have to click on generate SQL and you can get the source qualifier query. So I have just pasted into the notepad. The first one is the SQ query and the second one I already modified it. You can see I have joined another table which is ATR. So I am fetching two columns from the ATR table, ATR NM and ATR value. So I just ran this query and you can see I'm getting these two columns also, ATR NM and ATR value from the ATR table. So what I have done is I joined these two tables. This is the ATR table and having 5 records into this table. So wherever the employee ID and ATR ID is matching, so it will give the data. You can see 100 employee ID is there in both the tables. So you can see the data in ATR NM and ATR value columns. So based on that it will give the data into these two columns. Now I will paste this modified SQ query in the workflow level. So the question comes in the interview, like if you want to change the SQ query, so where you will do the changes, in the workflow level or in the mapping level. So the answer is, it will not consider the query from the mapping level. It will always consider the SQ query from the workflow level. So you have to do the changes in the session or the workflow level. So I have pasted the SQ query in this session, so I just save this. I will refresh the mapping and I will validate it is valid. Now I will start this task. Session has been succeeded. Now I will do some changes in the mapping level. Like I have joined the two tables, but it is not loading to the target table, these two columns, so I will do the changes. I will create two columns in source qualifier transformation. One is ATR underscore NM and ATR underscore value TXT. So I am fetching these two columns ATR NM and ATR value TXT from the source table ATR, and you have to make sure the data type should match. It means the data type you are having in the source table, it should match here while creating the columns in the source qualifier transformation. And you have to set the precision also. Click on apply, OK. Here you can see you don't have the table ATR here, you have the employees table, so you have to link these two columns ATR NM and ATR value TXT from source as well, otherwise it will give the error. So you have to map with any of the column, just make sure the data type should match. Now I will map the ATR value column to the email column in the target. So whatever the value is in the ATR value column, it will show in the email column in the target table. I will run this workflow. Now you can see the email column. You are getting the value from the ATR source table, which is the value column. So now this is how you can load the data from the source to the target using the source qualifier query. Now the other scenario is, for example, if you want to give if condition also. So how you can do this, you have to create new field here, ATR value underscore output I am creating here, and the data type and the precision you have to change. I am selecting only the output port because I'm not getting any value from the input. Here I will apply the if condition. The condition I am passing over here is if ATR underscore NM is equal to purchase from, then only it will take the value from ATR value, otherwise it will show the null only. Click on validate and OK. Here I will map ATR underscore value output column to the email column. So here whatever the condition will match, only that result it will come into the target table. I will just run this workflow. You can see 1100105 having the purchase from value, so only 100105 only it will show the value in the email column as per the condition we have given. So this is how you can give the condition and how you can fetch the data from two tables using the source qualifier join. If you like this video, then please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.